It was supposed to be a celebration. June 2026, the wedding of Peter Phillips. A moment for the royal family to show a united front. But behind the palace walls, a silent war was erupting, and it all started with a single piece of jewelry. A tiara. Specifically, a historic heirloom that Prince William believed he, as the heir to the throne, should have the final say over. But Queen Camilla had other ideas. Sources say the confrontation was sharp, cold, and revealed a terrifying truth about the state of the monarchy. Camilla reportedly looked William in the eye and delivered a line that has sent shockwaves through the palace. "You're acting like you're already king, but your father is still on the throne. This isn't just a spat over diamonds. This is a full-blown constitutional crisis. On one side, an impatient heir who feels he's being lied to. On the other, a queen consort who is now the ultimate gatekeeper to a fading king. And caught in the middle? A frustrated King Charles who has privately called his own son's behavior buffoonish. Today, we're going inside the Tiara War of 2026. We're revealing why Camilla's team refuses to forgive William, how the Prince of Wales is quietly being overruled, and the secret countdown to the coronation that has turned the palace into a battlefield. Who actually runs the UK right now? The answer is more scandalous than you think. Let's look at the catalyst. Peter Phillips' wedding was meant to be a low-key royal affair. But in the weeks leading up to it, the tiara protocol became a flashpoint. For decades, the Queen, the late Elizabeth II, held the keys to the vault. Now, that power sits with Charles. But with the king's health struggles being the elephant in the room, Prince William has been stepping up. According to insiders at Closer magazine, William believes that as the future king, he should have oversight on which family members wear which historic heirlooms. He views them as the brand assets of his future reign. But Camilla sees it differently. To her, as queen consort, she is the mistress of the house. When William attempted to block a certain request regarding the wedding jewelry, Camilla didn't just disagree, she overruled him. She reminded him, in front of staff, that King Charles is the boss, period. But it's what she said later to her confidants that really stings. She believes William views his father's reign as merely a formality, a brief waiting room before the real king takes over. Can you imagine the tension? William feels he is protecting the crown's future, while Camilla feels he is trying to bury his father while he's still alive. This is the Shadow King narrative that is currently tearing the family apart. This wasn't the first time Camilla had to put William in his place. Let's talk about the US trip. Earlier this year, a major diplomatic visit to the United States was on the books for King Charles. Prince William was vocally and reportedly aggressively against it. His reasoning? His father's health. He argued that the grueling schedule of a transatlantic tour was too much, and that Charles should stay home and preserve his strength. On the surface, it sounds like a concerned son, but inside the palace, it was seen as a power grab. If Charles stayed home, William would likely go in his place. It would be a trial run for King William V. Camilla saw right through it. She stepped in, backed by Charles's most loyal advisors, and insisted the trip go ahead. She told the king that showing strength and continuity was more important than William's concerns. Not only was William overruled, he was essentially sidelined from the planning. This is where the term Shadow King started appearing in briefings. William is acting like the CEO, but Camilla is the chair of the board, and she isn't ready to hand over the gavel. Perhaps the most heartbreaking part of this story is Charles's own reaction. Royal broadcaster Ian Pelham Turner and reports from GODV have highlighted a growing rift that goes beyond policy. Privately, Charles is said to be exhausted by William's impatience. In a moment of frustration during the US trip dispute, Charles reportedly described William's interference as buffoonish. Think about that word, buffoonish. It implies that William isn't being a statesman, he's being a clumsy pretender. Charles feels that William is counting down the days to his coronation, and it's creating a toxic atmosphere. William, for his part, feels betrayed. He claims Charles made power-sharing promises when he first took the throne, promises that William would be a true partner in the monarchy. Instead, William feels he's being punished by being kept out of the loop and having his access to the king restricted. To understand who is winning, we have to look at the three-way power triangle. First, you have Charles. He is the king, but he is stubborn. He wants to prove he is still in control despite his health. He doesn't want to be a caretaker king. He wants a legacy. Second, you have Camilla. She is the protector. She knows that her influence exists only as long as Charles is on the throne. Once William takes over, her role changes drastically. She is fighting to keep Charles relevant, and by extension, herself. Third, you have William. He is the impatient heir. He sees the monarchy's popularity dipping. He sees the need for modernization. He feels that every day they wait to make changes is a day the monarchy moves closer to irrelevance. The Tiara War was just the surface. Underneath, it's a battle for the soul of the House of Windsor. While competitors are just talking about Charles is sick, the real story is that the palace is divided into two camps, Camp Camilla and Camp William. And right now, Camp Camilla is winning the ground war. This isn't just palace gossip. The public is starting to notice. On forums like Reddit's Are British Royals, the question is being asked more and more. Who has more power, Camilla or William? The trending evidence is clear. Articles about the Buffoonish comment and the Tiara incident have gained massive traction, with over 500 shares in just 24 hours. People are sensing the friction. There is a feeling that William is briefing against the king's office, trying to position himself as the only stable choice. Meanwhile, Camilla's team is briefing back, painting William as someone who lacks the temperament to wait his turn. So back to the question, who really runs the palace? For now, the keys to the vault and the kingdom remain with Charles and Camilla. But the Tiara War has exposed a crack that might never be filled. William is no longer just the son waiting in the wings. He is a rival power center. Camilla's warning to William that he is acting like he's already king wasn't just a reprimand, it was a declaration of war. She is signaling that as long as Charles wears the crown, she will be the one guarding it. But as the Shadow King continues to build his own court, one has to wonder, how much longer can this fragile peace last? And when the coronation finally does come, will there be anything left of the family to celebrate? What do you think? Is William right to step up, or is he being disrespectful to his father's reign? And is Camilla protecting the king, or just her own power? Let us know in the comments below. For more exclusive insights into the hidden world of the royals, make sure to subscribe to CrownGaze. We'll see you in the next one.